But beyond my law school aspirations is the consistent disposition of being centered around us. When I say us, I mean black folks, I mean folks of the diaspora, folks from the diaspora, and just being mindful of every single thing that I do in connection to that lineage and that heritage and story. And so what does it mean for you all? What does it mean to be a cultural producer in this specific political moment at this time? And how do you see your work, your particular works, as part of a longer lineage of resistance?
You know, there was a time where I struggled to even like situate myself within that type of rhetoric, just because, you know, I started making videos during the lockdowns just as a thing to do to not go crazy. And then like as I started becoming more successful and I started just being real, getting paid well for it, I was like, wait, this needs to be more meaningful and intentional. Just my personal ethics and how I was raised, I couldn't make the type of money I make making YouTube videos about bullshit and be happy about it. Not to say that I will not make bullshit videos. Sometimes to get back to making a bullshit video. But to actually answer the question, for me in particular, having a background, my undergrad degree is actually in mass media and communication, etc. And so much of my life and work before YouTube was also media focused, and recognized, especially in the years now since I've met people like Dr. Jen Wall and worked around Black Liberation Media folks, you get an even greater appreciation for the sophistication of media as a tool for creating and administering culture and shaping culture. And you also recognize that less and less people are even aware of like that sophistication at even a baseline level, especially now that so much culture is being produced in these machines in our pockets. So for me, it's really, really important that you critique culture as it exists right now for the future that it's going to live in. So that, when Beyonce does Super Bowl halftime show, right? Like, it's one thing to just say, oh, that was a good show, that was a bad show, she did, this was radical, this wasn't radical. But no, we have to really recognize that as an opportunity to engage with people who are not involved in the radical tradition, who do not radically engage with or criticize what they consume, so that we can start to pull out some of those, missteps, that misinformation, the things that blind them to the reality that they're around. Because me just coming and preaching, on some old school, how my uncles did to me, it ain't gonna work. It has to also exist within that same media landscape. So I hope that wasn't too rambly, but I think all of us have a responsibility to doing the thing that I'm charged with.